Well, it may have been the longest week ever, but we're ready to play ball. What's up, everybody? I'm Jim Rodriguez, and welcome to the Friday. Yeah, not only it's the Friday, not only it's the weekend, it's game one of the World Series. The Dodgers and the Blue Jays ready to get after it in Toronto. Man, Dodgers, it seems like forever, right? It was last Friday that the Dodgers swept the Brewers out of the League Championship Series to get into the World Series. And of course, the Blue Jays wrapped things up on Monday, so they haven't had to wait as long as they beat the Mariners in 7. And Rogers Center will be the center of the baseball universe as the Dodgers and Blue Jays get together in the 121st Fall Classic. And of course, you could always hit me up right there, J-Rod Show, Instagram, and on X. And of course, we love to read all the comments here on the YouTube page at Dodgers Latest. Continue to like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, share, do anything you want with it. Again, you know, the subscriber count is soaring. We love to hear from you. We love the interaction, and we thank you for all your attention here as we get ready for the Dodgers and the Blue Jays getting after it in Toronto's games 1 and 2 will be in Toronto tonight and tomorrow. Sunday is an NFL travel day, which is good for everybody. And then Monday it resumes at Dodger Stadium. Games 3 and 4, Monday and Tuesday at Dodger Stadium. Again, everything's at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So none of this crazy shadows or sun or any of that nonsense. So let's get after it. We were kind of waiting for the World Series rosters to be released, and we've got some news. Yeah, first of all, terrible news about Alex Vesia, Dodgers left-handed bullpen specialist. He had been pitching so well in the bullpen, had been in 7 of the last 10 postseason games for the Dodgers, so he was definitely in the circle of trust. Having a family matter. Looks like something, there was a tragedy in their family. They're trying to get through it, so we're not going to speculate. We're not, I'm sure some know, some may have figured it out. It's not our place to do that. All we know is that Alex Vesia did not make the trip to Toronto, will not be, at least through the weekend in Toronto. Family's more important. Real life kicking somebody's ass, unfortunately. And so our prayers and peace and serenity and everything, good vibes that we can possibly muster, go to the Vesia family. You realize how insignificant everything else is compared to family. So we wish them all the best. So Vesia will not be on the Dodgers roster. The Dodgers have released their roster, and Edgardo Enriquez will take the place of Alex Vesia. Now, not a left-hander. Enriquez is a right-hander. We haven't seen Edgardo since game 1 of the wild card series against the Reds, and he didn't pitch that well. He faced 3 batters, didn't get anybody out, 2 walks, a hit, gave up a run, and then didn't pitch in game 2 of the wild card series, and then wasn't on the roster for the division series against the Phillies or the league championship series against the Brewers. So Enriquez will take Vesia's spot on the roster. No Michael Conforto, no Tanner Scott on the roster. So that was kind of the big thing. Would Tanner Scott be on there? No Scott, no Scott, no Conforto, and unfortunately no Alex Vesia as Edgardo Enriquez takes over his spot. Clayton Kershaw is on the roster. We hope to get him in somehow into one of these games in his final ride. And for the Blue Jays, well, their big news is Bo Bichette is on the roster. Remember, he hasn't played since September the 6th when he suffered a knee injury. And John Schneider, we talked about it yesterday, said that he had made some significant progress with that knee injury. Now, he hits 311s, got some pop, 18 home runs. And the question is, how do you use him? Now, he's a shortstop. And Andres Jimenez, who had been playing shortstop since Bichette's injury, has said, hey, I'll move over to second base. But Bichette has been taking some ground balls and been playing some second base. He's also can be a DH. Now, the DH gets a little tricky because that's George Springer. So you take George Springer, who got hit in the knee during the league championship series, you put him in one of the outfield spots to make Bichette a DH. I certainly don't think you put Bichette at short or at second base. Number one, he's got a bad knee. Number two, he's never played second base. I don't think this is the time to learn how to play a position. So I think he either DHs or doesn't play at all or comes off the bench as a pinch hitter. So it'll be interesting to see what John Schneider does in relation to Bo Bichette. Max Scherzer, by the way, is on the roster, so maybe we can get a Scherzer-Kershaw sighting in the same game. That would be an awesome sight to see. All right, so we know that's the 26 for each side. The usual suspects are there, and now we get nothing but to throw the ball out on the mound, and let's get after it. In game one, well, it'll be Blake Snell. We've known this for a while. Blake Snell on the mound, 3-0, 0.86 ERA this postseason. He's won 5 straight postseason games, and he's got a 14-inning scoreless streak in the postseason. So he will get after it in game one. No better person, I think, than the Dodgers can have right now the way he has pitched. 7-3, 2.58 career ERA in the postseason. And he did face Toronto this year. Snell beat him August the 9th at Dodger Stadium, a game the Dodgers won 9-1. Snell went 5 scoreless in that game, 3 hits, and 10 strikeouts. Seems like double-digit strikeouts in Blake Snell have been a vibe this season. And who's going to pitch for the Blue Jays? Well, it took a minute, but it's going to be Trey Yesavage. Just like we thought, just like we told you, Yesavage will pitch game 1 for the Blue Jays. They don't know who's going to pitch game 2 yet. We have an idea. We can speculate that as well. Yesavage, crazy, right? The guy was in single A. He has made 6 starts in the major leagues. 6. 3 have been in the playoffs. He is the Blue Jays' number 1 draft pick from 2024. He's 22 years old. He pitched an incredible game 2 of the division series against the Yankees. 5 1/3 hitless innings, 11 strikeouts. He pitched game 6 of the ALCS on Sunday for the Blue Jays. He was 1-0, ERA of 3.5 during the regular season. He's got 22 strikeouts in 15 postseason innings, 2-1 with an ERA of 4.20. But it's amazing that today, when he starts today, he will have more postseason starts than he has career regular season starts. It's crazy. So the kid from Pennsylvania, Trey Yesavage, will be on the mound tonight in game 1, and he has not looked a bit like a rookie. Only thing I will say, if you're into the gambling space at all, hasn't gone past the 6th inning. His longest outing was 5 1/3. It's been a 4-5 inning outing for him. So if you're looking to sell some prop bets, maybe some out props for Trey Yesavage, who his longest outing has been 5 1/3, and that was in the division series game 2 against the Yankees, where he struck out 11 guys. All right, so Yesavage in game 2. More than likely, we know Yamamoto will pitch game 2 for the Dodgers tomorrow. More than likely, it'll be Kevin Gausman, who he'll pitch game 2. The Blue Jays wanted to give him an extra day's rest because he made 19 pitches. He pitched Monday in relief in game 7. He's been their ace. He's been the face of that pitching staff. He more than likely will pitch game 2. And then when the series moves to L.A. on Monday, Tyler Glasnow for the Dodgers. More than likely, Shane Bieber will pitch for the Blue Jays. And then game 4 should be an Ohtani Scherzer matchup. That'll be Tuesday at Dodger Stadium. So that's what the pitching lineup looks like for now. And then last story to tell you about is Freddie Freeman, a Canadian with SoCal roots, right? It's crazy. Freddie's parents are from Ontario. And Toronto is in the province of Ontario. He moved to Orange County when he was a kid. Now, Freddie lost his mom to skin cancer when Freddie was 10 years old. He's a 16-year veteran, 8 straight postseasons, 2-time world champion. Of course, that magical grand slam against the Yankees in game 1 last year. And Freddie, what I always appreciate about Freddie, he has a constant message to his mom. He always wears long sleeves. If you always notice, every game, no matter the weather, indoor, outdoor, night, day, always wears long sleeves as a tribute to his mom and just to remind people about skin cancer and protecting yourself out there. So Freddie, OC kid who was born in Canada, still plays for Canada in the World Baseball Classic, by the way, as a tribute to his mom. His parents will be there tonight. And it's always one of those great stories of the connections, of the family connections and everything like that. And a quick little one more family connection to tell you. Dalton Varsho, who's on the Blue Jays roster, he was named, his dad was Gary Varsho, who was a player in the big leagues, was a minor league manager. And Gary was a big fan and friends with Darren Daulton. So that's how Dalton Varsho got his name from Darren Daulton. And Darren Daulton was a catcher for the Phillies and was behind the plate for the last World Series game played at Rogers Center in 1993 when Joe Carter hit the walk-off homer to give the Blue Jays the World Series. It was Darren Daulton who was behind the plate in that game, who was named for, whose name was taken, and Dalton Varsho was named for that. So it's just the crazy circle family. And again, speaking of family, we can't just say enough how much we're thinking about Alex Vesia and his family, and nothing but strength and serenity as they get through their situation, and we wish them all the best. So game 1 tonight, it's the Dodgers and the Blue Jays. Dodgers have won 4 of the last 5 game 1s they've played in the World Series, and of course Freddie Freeman's home run was the most recent one last year. The Blue Jays 1-1 in game 1s. They won game 1 in 1993 against the Phillies, lost game 1 against the Braves in 1992. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Snell and Yesavage tonight. Can the Dodgers keep that amazing pitching going? Can the Dodgers get after the kid, Trey Yesavage, who is at ice water in his veins? Ohtani, Vladimir Guerrero, lots of offense, lots of high-octane names. It's going to be a good one. 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. Enjoy it. We will be back to talk all about it starting on Monday. Thanks for hanging out with us as always. Remember, J-Rod Show, X and Instagram is where you can find me. And, of course, you can always comment, like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and share here at Dodgers Latest. All right, game 1, finally. We're here indoors in Toronto. Let's get after it. And remember, it's always time for World Series Dodger baseball.